Hello, everybody. Uh, Today I would like to speak about something related to what's happening in the Middle East today. The subject I would like to speak about is signs to be observed. And I chose this title because I see so many things happening, specifically in the land of the cradle of Islam, the Arabian Peninsula, which is primarily Saudi Arabia at the present time. Once again, last two videos I spoke about the fast development of what's happening specifically in Saudi Arabia. Today, I would like to speak about more things that happened in Saudi Arabia. One of them, Saudi Arabia allows women to be lawyers and to defend people in the court. And many people who do not know the tradition of Islam say, why is that a big news? It is a big news in the Islamic world. And the reason is Muslims, according to the teaching of Islam, believe that women are deficient. Their minds are deficient. And her value is half of the value of a man. So now a woman stands in court to argue with the judge, who is a man. How can half a person influence the judge, the full person? And it might seem to be simple, but it's not. It's a dilemma for the situation now in the Islamic world. It is very dangerous. That's one thing. The second development also, these are all signs that things are not the same. And it will not continue to be the same from now on. The second thing is also the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. He declares that the Israelis have the right to live on their land. That's a direct admission that they are a nation and they have a land. That means they should decide their own fate and they are sovereign. They have their own sovereignty, which many Muslim countries, and until now they refrain from accepting Israel as a nation. Okay? So these are things that many people take for granted, but for me these are signs of big changes in the Middle East, and specifically in Saudi Arabia, the cradle of Islamic thinking. One more development, that the first movie theater have already opened in Saudi Arabia, and the estimated profit from that, from the movie theaters in Saudi, many will open soon, but the estimated profit from this opening movie theaters is about $1 billion annually. So what's wrong with having a movie theater and you stimulate the economy? I see nothing wrong with that, but That was a sin for a long time, more than 40 years. And some people are really angry at me, and they write me very bad messages. I don't like to comment on it because I don't want to be involved in that kind of dispute. It's not like many of them actually innocently just they are defending Islam. They don't know, they did not read, they just I understand you don't want people to point out, to tell you that you're deceived, so they react. I understand that, so I don't want, and my intention is not to upset the Muslims, but they have to be upset on the path, because you have to confront them, or all of us, we have to confront them with what is wrong. So one person was telling me, why are you so anxious in anticipation of the destruction of Islam? Yes, I am. I would like not to see Islam today before tomorrow. I wish we can get rid of it. I see that Islam did not contribute anything to humanity. And I asked this question before. What is it that is so important in the Islamic religion that without it humanity will be doomed? We absolutely need it. There is nothing. Humanity lived before the coming of Islam, and humanity will continue to live after the destruction of Islam. Islam has nothing needed. And I'm challenging those who are against me, write to me, make a comment and say you are wrong, instead of just cursing or attacking, thinking that you will stop me by mocking or attacking or saying bad words, vulgar words, thinking that I will stop. You are naive. You are actually rather ignorant. Okay? So instead of doing that, I suggest to you, go and study well and come back to me and write to me what is that very important thing that we need in Islam. Otherwise, you are deceived. You are just repeating what the people told you to repeat. That's the definition of brainwashing. You are brainwashed. Okay? You are repeating things that you do not know. And therefore I'm asking you this question. What is it in Islam that it is so important and we need it for our survival as people? If you come with one thing it is that vital, then there's no need for me to criticize Islam and look forward to the destruction of this evil ideology. Okay, but so far, I asked this question a few times, and no one have come with one single suggestion that something in Islam humanity really needs. Then what I'm talking about is correct. If you cannot come up with one thing that we need, other than we have to accept Muhammad as the final prophet, blah, 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 blah. Okay, how about if I tell you now, I'm the final prophet? What is that? Or anybody else. Another man now comes and say, I am the final prophet. Okay, what do you have? What is it that you are bringing to humanity as the final prophet? You say Quran. What is it in Quran? What is it in hadith that we need so much? If there is nothing, then take a step back and reevaluate yourself and this teaching. Once again, that video is short. I just want to respond to these people who are trying to, they use certain language to stop people from talking. At least now you're using language. Okay? I know at the time of Muhammad, anybody, when Muhammad migrated to Medina and he established an army, anyone who dared to say, oh, this is wrong in Islam, or this is wrong in Quran, or for Muhammad to marry a 9-year-old girl is wrong, or if somebody pointed that Muhammad to divorce Zainab bint Jahsh, that woman was his daughter-in-law, was married to his adopted son. He had an adopted child, and that when he grew up he married a beautiful woman. When Muhammad saw her, he wanted to sleep with her. So he had the guy, his son-in-law, divorce her so he can take her himself. Okay? Tell me about when these people, actually most of them, if not all, were well-educated Jews. They were actually poetic people, so they can influence the public opinion by putting things in a poem, and then when people read it, the picture of Muhammad as a monster, not as a religious person, but an army leader and a person who is sexually out of control, it becomes clear. When he saw these people that they are dangerous to his survival, he assassinated them one after the other. One of them is an elderly woman. He actually torn her in half by tying her legs, one to a different camel with a rope, and they had the camel run in opposite direction and they torn her in half. Yes, she was a Jewish woman, but she didn't like what she had seen. From murder, from looting, from killing, from invading, from forcing people to follow his belief. So she spoke out. She paid with her life. Okay? And many others. There are many people who were assassinated. They have been assassinated by Muhammad's people because they were too dangerous. They spoke out. So, you want to assassinate me? Here I am. You can come and do that. But I will not stop until I die. So one of two. Even if you assassinate me, even if you kill me, all right? There are many people now talking. I made a video before that the internet was really a disaster on Islam. Because when people give their opinion, it's worldwide. Okay? And it's not only me. That spark already started, and many people are talking. And they don't like these things that they see. And many of them are Muslims or former Muslim, and they are declaring about the dirty stuff that it happened, not from average Muslim, but from Muhammad himself. So it's time to take a step back, think, and reevaluate. And when you make a comment, make a decent one. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.